now. We are waiting. So this is, again, we won't be able to hear the sound from the courtroom. Our camera there is muted so that we don't hear the jury foreman talking. But the judge will be talking with the jury at this point. And we can stay full on the courtroom if you want to.
Hold on. Guilty of first-degree murder.
Guilty on first-degree murder. There's your first verdict is in. Guilty on first-degree murder. The next one we'll go down to will be felony murder. Waiting on this to be announced. Of course, there is the we don't have audio from the courtroom while the jury
find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder. Okay.
Guilty of first. So we're still waiting on that one. We have several more counts to go here, but that is the big one there.
Okay, each juror is raising their right hand.
That is
to swear that they all agree. Guilty of count 2.
Count 2, that is felony murder.
3.
Count 3 is felony murder. That's the 2 felony murders for aggravated child abuse and aggravated child neglect. So we have 3 murder convictions so far.
Guilty of aggravated child abuse.
Aggravated child abuse, and then the next one we're waiting on is count 5. That is aggravated child neglect. So far, we have 3 murder convictions and an aggravated child abuse conviction right now, waiting on the decision.
So now they're swearing that they all agreed to that. So count 5, here we go.
This will be aggravated child neglect.
Guilty of aggravated child neglect.
So far, all guilty verdicts right now. Count 5. The next one we'll wait on will be that tampering with evidence. Altering or destroying, concealing evidence with the intent and ability to find that. It's count 6 in this indictment. So far, it's been all guilty verdicts at this point.
And now all the jurors are individually raising their right hands to swear that they agree with that verdict. This is happening with each one.
Again, we can't hear the jury foreman.
Count 6, tampering with evidence. Guilty.
Guilty. Now we have a host of false reports, count 7 through 17. So about 10 of these we will see.
Okay, so once again, the jurors are all raising their right hands to swear that they all reach the same verdict. Count 7, false reporting. Guilty. She's been assessed a fine.
Okay. Another false report charge. These next several here will be false reporting.
All right, here we go. Count 8, more false reporting. Guilty. Don't forget, she told multiple stories.
Many stories throughout this. If you're just tuning in, we do have a first-degree murder conviction and 2 felony murder convictions for Megan Boswell. So far, all guilty verdicts as we make our way through this indictment. We're waiting on count
Each juror
9.
has raised their right hand for every count thus far.
So you had the unanimous decision, a decision of 7 men and 5 women.
Count 9, false reporting. Guilty.
We'll have another
and they
false
have
report.
assessed a fine.
That's gonna. This will probably.
Which they're not giving yet.
That will come as that. The sentencing phase. Now, the jury will be involved in the sentencing phase in the first-degree murder portion of this. We heard the judge telling them that. They'll move into that after this. So that'll be the next task for this jury.
Count 10, false reporting. Guilty.
All right. That was from statements she made on February 18th of 2020 is what that count in particular was related to. We're looking to another false reporting here from statements she made on February 19th.
Count 11, false reporting. Guilty.
Guilty there on false reporting. We have a couple of more false report charges there again. Megan Boswell has been found guilty of first-degree murder and 2 felony murders, guilty of every count in the indictment thus far. We're still making our way through these false reports. This is a charge from count 12 is from February
Count
the
12,
20th.
false reporting. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
And there we go. We'll have another one coming up as well, also from something on or about February 20th of 2020. Each of these different times that she was interacting has led to a specific charge in this case. Watching Megan Boswell, who's been...
Count 13, false reporting, guilty.
Again, we are not hearing the jury foreman. We're getting this relayed to us through our Liam Bridgman, who's in a media room. The all audio coming from the courtroom is muted right now.
Count 14, false reporting, guilty.
Also from the incident there on February the 20th of 2020. We have another false reporting charge as well. This is related to our conversations with the TBI and Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. Some of these were some of the videos we saw.
Count 15, false reporting, guilty.
Another one on count 16, that is the false reporting charge, and reality appears to be setting in a little bit there for Megan Boswell. She's been crying since that first-degree murder conviction was announced. Again, first-degree murder, guilty. 2 counts of felony murder, guilty. We have been guilty all the way down so far. We've made our way to count 16 in this indictment.
Count 16, false report, guilty.
One more false report charge, then we'll move on to the other 2 remaining charges in this case. This is not a death penalty case. They did seek life in prison, so there will not be a death penalty capital punishment decision in this. The state did not choose to go after that in this case, so it is a life in prison or with or without parole.
Count 17, false report, guilty.
So that is guilty on all false report charges. You may remember at the start of the trial, they did drop one of those false reports. There was originally a count 18, a false report that was dropped. So I believe now the next charge in this we should be hearing would be abuse of a corpse.
Count 18. Oh, yes. Count 19. Abuse of a corpse.
18 was pulled, so
Guilty.
we're at 19 in the indictment. So we are... One more charge here would be failure to report a death under suspicion, unusual or unnatural circumstances. We count 20 of the total indictment. This one dates back to when...
Count 20. Failure to report a death under suspicious, unusual, or unnatural circumstances. Guilty.
That is it. Guilty on all charges, all 19 counts.